If you're not rich, and you want to be, this video might sting. Because the truth is, most people aren't broke because of bad luck. They're broke because of bad patterns. This isn't about how to get rich quick. It's about what you're not doing that guarantees you never will. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 things wealthy people do ruthlessly, and the 5 things most people ignore until it's too late. Let's get into it. 1. You don't understand leverage. Most people think wealth comes from hard work. But the rich know hard work without leverage is a hamster wheel. You can trade time for money all you want, but there's a ceiling. Leverage breaks that ceiling. What is leverage? It's anything that multiplies your effort, code, content, capital, people, platforms. Example, you build a digital product once, and it sells while you sleep. Or you invest in an asset that grows while you're living your life. Leverage is how wealthy people create income that doesn't require them to show up. It's how they escape the cycle of always needing to do more, just to earn more. A freelancer gets paid per project. An investor gets paid off returns. An entrepreneur gets paid off distribution. Most broke people work harder. Wealthy people work smarter, through multipliers. If you're not actively building something that can scale without you, you're not on a wealth path. You're just working for someone who is. And here's the kicker. Most people think it takes $1 million to start leveraging. But the truth is, your first piece of leverage can be as simple as a piece of content. One idea that spreads. One product that scales. One decision that compounds. Start with what you have, but stop thinking you have to do it all with your own 2 hands. 2. You spend. Emotionally, not intentionally. Want to know a financial red flag? Feeling like you deserve something and buying it without thinking. The rich don't hate spending, but they spend with strategy. Every dollar either gets used to build or used to numb. And most people, without realizing it, use money to soothe stress, feel worthy, or impress people. That's why your $8 coffee isn't the problem. Your $800 a month on Uber Eats, impulse clothes, gadgets, and boredom spending is. Wealthy people don't always budget, but they track, they observe, they ask, is this moving me forward? That mindset flips the game, because the goal isn't just to save, it's to spend on things that create more options, not less. Want to know where your money's really going? Track every dollar for 30 days. You'll learn more than any finance course. Here's the truth. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a meaning problem. They're using money to solve an emotional gap and wondering why they never feel secure. When you start assigning purpose to your spending, everything shifts. 3. You only build income, not ownership. This is the silent killer of 90% of hardworking people. They make decent money. They save some of it. But they never own anything. And if you don't own, you don't grow. Ownership is equity. It's having a stake in something that earns, whether you're clocked in or not. Own a piece of real estate? It appreciates while you sleep. Own a YouTube channel? It monetizes 24/7. Own shares in a growing company? Your wealth increases with theirs. Now compare that to earning a paycheck. When you stop working, it stops too. Ownership is how rich people escape the treadmill. It's how they get paid again and again, not just once. Ask yourself, what do I own that grows while I rest? If the answer is nothing, then that's why you're stuck. It's not about owning the next hot startup. It's about accumulating value, little by little. Even if you only own 5% of a side hustle or $200 in stocks, it starts the snowball. Wealth is built in layers. The question is, are you stacking bricks or just collecting paychecks? 4. You avoid boring habits that actually build wealth. Everyone wants the shortcut. Everyone wants the hack. But wealth doesn't grow in chaos. It grows in discipline. And that discipline? It's often boring. Tracking your spending, investing monthly, reading one book a week, learning to say no, automating your savings, setting reminders to follow up with people who matter. None of this feels exciting, but guess what? Most people would rather be entertained than empowered. Wealthy people understand. The same way gym results come from reps, money results come from rhythms. It's the slow, unsexy routines that compound. And the people who avoid them, they stay stuck. You don't need to be a genius. You need to be consistent when others get lazy. Want a real flex? Try waking up early, sticking to a schedule, and finishing what you start. Not because it looks cool, but because it gives you freedom. 5. You think too short-term. This is the mindset trap that ruins potential. Because when you think short-term, you chase paychecks instead of opportunities, panic during downturns instead of investing, quit too early instead of letting something mature. The wealthy think in decades, not days, not months. They plant seeds they may not harvest for years. They build relationships that don't pay off immediately. They invest in projects that might take time to bear fruit. They're not looking for dopamine, they're looking for freedom. And freedom comes from patience plus persistence. Most people switch directions every time they hit friction. Rich people stick because they're not playing for comfort. They're playing for control. Here's the truth. If you can't delay gratification, you'll always trade your future for your feelings. Discipline feels like sacrifice now, but it buys back time later. What's more valuable than that? Let's zoom out. If you're not rich yet, it's not because you're cursed. It's because you haven't been taught what actually works. School didn't teach you leverage. Your friends didn't teach you ownership. Social media doesn't teach patience. But now you know. And once you know, you have a choice. Go back to the old habits or start rewiring your future. None of these 5 things require talent. They require awareness, consistency, and time. You don't need a perfect plan. You need better priorities. You don't need to be the smartest in the room. You need to stop ignoring the compounding cost of inaction. The rich aren't smarter than you. They're just playing a game most people don't know exists. But you're not most people, not anymore. So start acting like it. You can't become someone new by doing what the old you did yesterday. Start building, start owning, start moving differently. If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, subscribe to Forged in Fortune. Because wealth isn't just built with information, it's built with the right perspective, applied over time, and will help you get there.